Today's game day weather is brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman. It is currently 76 degrees, Nicole, and in a word, perfect. Now, the wind is a little bit of a sitch. It's blowing out to right field at 20 miles an hour out of the south.
Ooh, good day for lefties.
So a really good day for lefties, but it's going to be pleasant and warm all evening long as the lefty Kelsey Hill digs in. And at 4:36, swing and a miss on the first pitch of the day for strike one at 4:36 p.m. Caitlin Fournier must not be in the booth. We are 1 minute late tonight. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Today's game day weather, as always, presented by the Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. The attempt on the bunt is missed, strike two. Thanks for joining us for the Sooner Softball pregame show presented by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. That's Nicole Mendez. I'm Chris Plank. Auburn Fippen is our producer. Playing two this afternoon into this evening here at Love's Field. The 0-2 is popped up a mile high on the infield. Alina Torres says she's got it, and she does. Hill is retired, and there's one away. What do we know about this Tarleton State Texan team, Nicole Mendez? Not been the best year. They haven't played the most challenging schedule that we've seen. Last week they, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of their 7 games they played over the last 2 weeks, but did play tight against a good Penn State team. As the first pitch to the lefty, Kaya Wallace, is a little bit out from ball one. They played Texas, lost in run rule fashion, 17-0. They lost their 2 games against Penn State by a combined score of 19-15. So they played the Big Ten type. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. Katie Schaefer, who hits third, their third baseman, has hit 33 home runs and 161 runs batted in her career. That's third most in Texan history. It's a 1-1 pitch, a little bit low. Sooners haven't played them a ton. They are relatively new to D1 as well. This is the third and fourth matchups all time against the Sooners. They've outscored the Texans, has OU 17-0 over the 2 previous meetings. 2-1 swing and a miss. And the last meeting took place on March 22nd in 2021. I believe we were in Houston.
Well, y'all were in Houston. I was quarantined.
You were?
That was during the snowstorm.
Oh, my gosh, the 2-2 hit hard but fouled on the first baseline.
I was so sad. Every senior coach really tries, whenever you're a senior, to get a game in your home state, and I got one in Houston, and then I had to quarantine on the craziest false negative COVID test that I have ever seen.
It was a false negative, wasn't it?
It was. She took another one right after. My roommate. Oh, that one dirty. Off-speed swing and a miss for the strikeout.
First strikeout of the game for Kelly Maxwell, and there's quickly 2 away. On a preview brought to you by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. 2 away for the power-hitting Katie Schaefer. Here's the first pitch. Grounded towards third. Tough hop. Eats Brito up into left field. Cut off down the line by Pickering. That took a tough kind of in-between hop that Brito couldn't do anything with.
Yeah, Brito was off that line just a little bit. And whenever that ball hopped, it was hopping almost towards that third base. And just slid right up the arm, right off the elbow. Just a little bit of a ricochet. That one was hit hard.
First pitch is up high to Brady Rowland. They've ruled it an error. A very rare error for the Sooner third baseman. In fact, it's just her third on the season in the hot corner. Good pitch on the 1-0, in for a strike, 1-1. 76 degrees, as we said, winds out of the south at 20 miles an hour. few wispy clouds out beyond the right field wall. Flags blowing straight out towards right field. The 1-1. In for a strike. I went out and stood in about section 20 over there. What's up, section 20? About 8 rows up, and you had that wind blowing right in your face.
Oh, man.
If you're not getting sunburned, you're getting a windburn today. Be careful. 1-2, way out, 2-2.
See, I wasn't even thinking about the sunburn or the windburn. I was like, sun's out, it's kind of warm, but then you get to cool off with the wind. I want to be out there. But that windburn is no joke. Somebody once asked if I had lip liner on because my lips were so windburned.
The 2-2 tried to check her swing, and I think the umpire might have got fooled on that because that dropped right in for strike 3, but it's called a ball, full count.
Beautiful pitch by Kelly Maxwell. An off-speed that just mimicked the movement of a curveball.
Here comes the 3-2. Got her that time. They check with the first base umpire, no question. Kelly Maxwell works around the 2-out error. Here we go, Jada Coleman. If it's a party, how did she put it? If it's a party, it's not really a party unless Jada Coleman is there. We'll have to look that up from Coach.
There's a party. Jada Coleman wants to be there.
410 average for Jada. And she swings and drills the first pitch deep to center field. It's gone! Jada Coleman bombs one just over the left center field wall. And a first pitch shot. You think she liked being back in the leadoff spot? Home run, Jada Coleman.
Jada Coleman said, hey, Coach, this is mine. Don't move me. I like it here. Let me show you how much. Well, I did say I wanted to see at least one quality at bat, and I think Jada Coleman checks one off right there. Oklahoma
so
up
Jada's
1-0.
good. Jada's is good. I like that. 18th run batted in of the season for Jada Coleman. Her 4th home run of the season. And it's 1-0 as Cassidy Pickering steps to the plate. The crowd chants Jada. They want a curtain call. I don't know if they're going to get it.
I think she bounced up and down, kind of waved her arms.
1-0. Ooh, Pickering way out in front of that. Cassidy leads the team with a .456 average. Has hit 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. So she's got to hit a home run here to match Jada Coleman. That one misses high, 2-1. How
Chris,
impressed
are
have
you
been?
calling it again?
No, not yet. Pickering needs one at bat to get warm, and then she'll hit a home run.
All right.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Pickering takes it low and in, ball 3.
But what a way to start off the game. Jada Coleman being able to do your handshake with Pickering before you step in the box, go, and then a massive home run. That one, ball 4 on the outside corner. Pickering gets to go down to first base. One at bat, warm up, saw a lot of pitches. Next one.
Home run. So put this note in. When Cassidy Pickering steps to the plate, again, if it's in the second, if it's later in the first, she's going to hit a home run.
All right.
Here's Brito.
I like the confidence.
I have no idea where that confidence should come from by any stretch of the imagination. The home run from Jada Coleman was her 4th on the season and her 38th career home run. First pitch to Alyssa Brito is a little bit out for ball 1.
Chris, I don't know if you know this, but there's this TikTok sound.
Uh-huh.
And it asks, where does that confidence come from? And the person replies, I don't know, delusion.
Had a problem with the activation of the pitch clock. The activity clock, right? Activity clock. Or action clock, sorry. The 1-0 runner is not going. It stays up high 2-0.
Some kind of clock wasn't working.
See, and I'm old school, so I call it pitch clock, which is funny because
I want to call it a pitch clock,
it's only
too.
been around for 1 year. A pitch clock has been really in baseball, as the 2-0 is in for a strike, at least in the big leagues and beyond. and now it's old school to call it it's not a pitch clock, it's an action clock because it includes the hitter needing to be in too. Right. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Brito. A little bit out. OU will bus to Lubbock on Thursday is the plan. As the 3-1 pitch misses high ball 4, it's a walk to Brito. Chalk up for Alyssa Brito, her 11th walk of the season. It's the third time in the last 4 games in which she's drawn a walk. And here is arguably the hottest hitting player in all of college softball, Sydney Sanders. We have her as our Love's Travel Stop player to watch because I think it's fair to say she's kind of found another level over the last few weeks.
Yeah, and you talked about it, how Coach mentioned that Sid said she was finally feeling free. You talked about how Coach mentioned how Sid said, but she's finally feeling free and loose and relaxed. And I think I saw her post on Instagram. That pitch was a strike inside. I think I saw her post on Instagram just talk about what happens when your mind's free. And just like the pictures that she showed, the smiles that she had.
She takes the 0-1 high, 1 ball, 1 strike. You name it, she won it. She was both the NFCA Player of the Week and the Big 12 Player of the Week. Reached base in 10 of her 12 plate appearances over the 4-game stretch. Ball in the dirt. Pickering's committed. She's on her way to third. The throw is down to second and into center field. Scoring is Cassidy Pickering on a wild throw. Off to third is Brito. It's an errant throw from Hill over the head of Dickerson, the second baseman, and a ball in the dirt leads to the second Sooner run of the game. It's 2-0 OU, and Brito is all the way at third. Here's the 2-1. In for a strike.
I do have to say, I love how that catcher, it was a bad throw, but how Hill threw down to second. A lot of times, that trail runner, that one way outside in the other lefty's batter's box.
Ball 3.
Most of the time, the trail runner, they won't slide. They kind of take it easy. They jog. So the heads up by her, knowing there's no play at third to go down to second.
Popped up left side, not quite out to left field. It's going to get just over the netting. And it legit hit in the first row.
JT Gasso
should have caught that.
He was wanting 0% of that.
Welcome
the
to
new dad.
This world, Gabriella Ruth Gasso, Gabby. The 3-2 pitch. Got under it, but still hit a ton to left field. Under it and making the catch is Wallace. It'll score Brito on the sac fly. And how about that for an at-bat?
Quality.
Sid Sanders walks away with 2 runs batted in on it, right? On the wild throw. And then drives in on the sac fly. Alyssa Brito from third.
She can't help but get RBIs.
She's on fire. Speaking of starting the party, TRA did it this weekend with a 3-run first-inning home run on Sunday. And she takes the first pitch, a little in, ball 1.
4 at-bats, 4 quality at-bats. You had a home run, 2 walks, and a very productive, unconventional 2 RBI at-bat.
Ooh, that pitch just misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 is low. 3 balls and no strikes. Along with Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. Sooners have bounced on Tarleton State early here. 3-0 to Jennings. Oof, that looked a little high. It'll be strike 1. 3-1. Tiari's confidence looks good, doesn't it?
It does.
She grounds this one foul.
But I feel like for a player like Jennings, she is so secure. You know, it's not to say that she never struggles, but whenever she does, I think she is so secure and does such a great job of reminding herself what kind of hitter she is, reminding herself that slumps don't last.
Yep. Here's the 3-2. She hit that hard down the third baseline. Foul. Full count. Tiare's numbers, she's up to 400 on the season. Her on-base percentage is at .461. 7 home runs, 25 runs batted in. And she hits this one hard up the middle, cut off beautifully by the shortstop Troll. Throws to first, got her. 2 away. And here's Ella Parker.
That was great range by Troll. That was a ball hit hard up the middle, and the way that she smoothly moved her body around and got that ball over to first quick. It was a good play.
Here's Ella Parker. The left-handed hitting freshman checked her swing on a ball low. I did hear from Caitlin Fournier, who had checked in. She is a bigwig now. She is at some SEC meetings today.
She is big time.
Big time now. Here's, before the pitch, a little conversation between Hill and, now they're going to bring the umpires together. There's a little confusion about what, I don't know. And honestly, I know our 3 umpires are Perry Owens, Chad Spittler, and Garrett Knowles, but I don't know where any of them are. And I don't know them like I know my guy Bubba Ewald to figure out which base he's at. But no, Caitlin's off to SEC meetings, so we've got a crew. I mean, listen, I might be splitting hairs here, but it was 1 minute late. I don't think we've ever been late with Caitlin Fournier. Just saying.
I don't think so. Even whenever you doubted.
When I doubted,
I
yes.
hate to say it.
I'm going to tell you right
doubted.
now. When they told us on Saturday that second game was going to start at, what was it, 4:15?
15. It was 08, and
I was like,
they
there's
were
no way.
dragging the field still.
They started. All right, the meeting's over. Here's the 1-0 to Parker in for a strike. Do you think that might have been just another timing-related issue to where Hill had asked for time, and he's like, hey, I'm not giving it to you? I don't know what that was about.
I don't know, just because the way that the 3 umpires converged together.
1-1, swing and a miss.
Ooh, God, Parker almost give a check swing on that one. Only thing I can think of is maybe Parker took a while to get in the box, and the catcher,
asked about it.
Was asking. Hill was
2-2.
asking about it. I mean, I wouldn't
Have
be
until
surprised
10.
if she did.
Right.
Just because of the IQ that she showed throwing to second. I mean, it was a
Right.
bad throw, but the IQ of throwing to second instead of third.
2-2, hard hit under the glove of Jermaine at first base, down the right field line. Parker rounds first, heads to second, slides in with a double. We'll await the official ruling, but that ball was smoked, and there was no hesitation as she rounded first. Ella Parker, stay hot. Here's Riley Boone. That is double number 5 on the season. 23 hits. She's over 440 for her average. Here's Boone. Double checking to see if they gave the. This might be ruled an error. I don't think Sanders got that second RBI. I tried to credit her as the first pitch is blowing away. Hold on, let's double check. Right. No, she did not get it. Just the one. They called it an error. Diehard scorers that listen to me are cursing me right now. I'm sorry. The 1-0. Boone takes it inside. .421 batting average for Riley Boone. She has scored 14 runs, already 12 runs batted in. And she had a home run out of here on Sunday.
And it was out of here.
2-0 is low and in ball 3. I'm working on a feature about Riley Boone right now, so I've had a chance to dig into her story, and it's pretty incredible. 3-0 is a pitch she wanted to, but it will take for strike 1. I get to talk to her brother Trevor tomorrow night at 6:30, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
I hope so. Here's the 3-1. That finds the inside corner somehow for strike 2.
Didn't she only have 14 RBIs last
So,
year.
she only had 14 last year, but she had 27 the year before. I somehow missed that. She grounds this one to the right side, backhanded by Germain. Takes it off the big hop, steps on the bag, inning over. But the Sooners strike first and have some good at-bats. The people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas are deeply invested in our state, voluntarily cleaning land associated with well sites that were abandoned 50, even 100 years ago. They've now invested more than $155 million to clean over 20,000 historic well sites at no cost to landowners across the state. We'd like to thank Love's Travel Stops as the supporting and presenting sponsor of OU Softball. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. 3-0 Sooners as Austin Germain, the first baseman, takes the first pitch from Kelly Maxwell for ball one. No Kinsey Hansen tonight for the Sooners. Kinsey's a little under the weather, so she'll be back for Lubbock. There's a ground ball, left side, cut off by Brito nicely. Throws to first, one away. Let's see if Kinsey's listening to us. We'll send her a text.
Hey.
What, not the same without you?
What are you going to say?
What are you up to? Here's Tristan Troll, the shortstop.
Hey, heard there's some softball going on.
Where are you at? First pitch misses outside ball one.
Hey, I think you slept in.
Did you know we're playing right now? Little bug.
You got cut?
Yeah, right. There is there was a little bug that went around as the 1-0 is fouled straight back. Tristan Truhl.
It's about that time.
Gives it up in 1-1, yes. I could have been patient zero. I'm not sure.
Chris Plank.
But I know for certain, Lauren Foster wasn't with us last week. The volunteer assistant, grad assistant, is the 1-1 pitch misses way
Frosty,
outside 2-1.
It's
not catching on. Not catching on.
I'm
Frosty.
I'm on the plane with you.
Lauren Foster is in her second year with us. She's awesome. And we ran into some of her Wisconsin teammates that are coaching elsewhere, and they were all like, Frosty. And the 2-1 pitch fouled off. No one is on board. I'm not giving up, though.
It's going to catch on.
Eventually.
Yeah, it'll catch on.
What was George Costanza's nickname he tried to get to catch on? You weren't a Seinfeld person, were you?
I wasn't.
He was like pork steak?
Pork steak.
T-bone. He wanted to be
pork
T-bone.
steak.
2-2 is hit foul down the right side off the net.
Like,
yeah, pork steak wouldn't really work too well.
No
as a
wonder
nickname.
pork steak didn't catch on. Although I will say, Kelsey Arnold, this is throwing it back, shortstop for Oklahoma. Whenever I was a freshman, Kelsey Arnold, to her younger brother, she said he was so chubby whenever he was a baby that she nicknamed him Pork Chop, and he got called Pork Chop even after he wasn't a chubby little baby anymore.
He's a beast. Maxwell with some absolute filth that just misses inside ball three.
That one had a little bit of heat to it, too.
We were going to have the radar gun right in front of us.
I was about to say,
today.
they took it out.
Well, there's a reason. We can go in depth if you want. I mean, we got 2 games today. Here's the 3-2. That's hit pretty well and deep to left center field. But Jada Coleman ranges over to take the line drive out of the air for out number 2. Gabby, our incredible video guru for OU softball, she's awesome. Realized we were looking around her shoulder at the miles per hour last week. I think her pops tried to make sure that she had our back. And she was just going to put the radar gun in front of us so we could have it. But unfortunately, it wasn't jiving with being able to get the numbers where she needs them. Kaylin Hill takes strike one. But if there is ever anything, exit velocity or miles per hour you want, all we have to do is ask. Because their booth is actually visiting radio, and Tarleton State brought radio tonight. Here's a grounder back to Maxwell. Easy play, gloves and throws. And that's 4 straight retired by Maxwell. Short story long, we don't have the radar gun in front of us, but Gabby's got our back. Sure, conferences. I am so helpless during parent-teacher conferences that it's good. You put us in your ear and let one parent take the lead, and then you be in charge of updating them when you're done. First pitch to Ludlam is a strike. Nate Dogg is here, checking in for the first time. Little Joey and Gunny are watching and have us synced up. Debbie and J.O. Parker. Traylon to Kerr as the 1-0 pitch misses low. Mike from Maury. Courtney Bryce listening on her way home from work in Tahlequah. Courtney Kelly. It's a 2 for Tuesday. Brett's up in the west side of Manhattan. Ludwig lifts one to deep left field. Under it is Wallace to make the catch, and there's one away. Larry in the St. Pete Sooner in. Brian's in Alva, Oklahoma. Mark Worley tuned in as always from Chagrin Falls.
As always.
Mickey and Nick, Coates, Judy Brown, Charisse. Thanks for listening in. I mention it now because I think it's been a busy day for those of you skipping away to listen to us, and we're grateful for it. But let us know where you're listening from. We'll hit them all in the third inning as our third inning shout-outs. Brought to you by today's game sponsor, Century Roofing. First pitch swinging, Alina Torres drills one through the 5-6 hole into left field. It's a one-out single. That's one of those good at-bats you're talking about, Nicole Mendez.
I want to look at a stat line and see. I'm going to have to look this up in between innings, but how Oklahoma fares whenever they swing within the first three pitches versus maybe pitch 4, 5, 6 in their at-bats. Because I feel like whenever they're aggressive early on, they look good.
Coleman lays down a bunt that dies out in front of the box. What a play, bouncing out by Hill, the catcher, who gets her for the second out of the inning. Jada almost beat that out. Well, maybe she did. Patty Gasso didn't even hesitate in going to the review. And it looks like we're going to have an umpire review brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs.
Jada Coleman was convinced that was a strike, that she was safe. And you could see her motion to Coach Gasso. Headset. Coach Gasso points to Coach Steele just to double check. And Fale says the same thing. Safe.
Well, it looked, at least, let's see if we can peek over on the replay monitor from the TV side of things. It looked to me, and I'm never like this, it looked like they had got her by just a step.
I thought she was out as well.
So
that's why both of them saying yes. I am curious what the view was.
One day, Nicole Mendez, we're going to have our own replay monitor in here.
Goodness.
We're going to have we're going to have our own internet line. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Justice for radio.
Justice for radio. Noble McIntyre Law. He threw a strike whenever he was out here this weekend. It's good to see Noble. Turn to them for all your personal injury needs. I love these middle of the afternoon games, knowing that takes care of those of you who might have a little free time in the afternoon, and then you can be tuned in while you're working. Dodger Blaine's out in Fort Mojave, Arizona. We're still waiting. I don't know what the potential delay could be, but I'm one of those that you look at it, you see it twice, you should have it figured out, right? Here we go. Nope, they're going to say she's out. And Jada's got a smile on her face. Again, like I said, I'm never that guy. I mean, we're always safe in my mind, right?
Chris Blank is like, I'm that guy.
But in that instance, I kind of thought they got it. That was a heck of a play.
Oh.
Here's Pickering. Left-handed hitting Sooner left fielder. First pitch is in for a strike. Oh, that's right. This is her home run at bat. This is where she's going to hit a home run.
Absolutely.
Completely forgot about that from her last time up.
All right. You ready for the call?
No pressure. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hangs up high. I will tell you one thing. The freshman can flat out rip it. She walked her last time up. Had a big cut there, swings through. And her grandparents have been regulars checking in with us from Willow Creek, Montana. Willow Creek, Montana. Sounds like a good outpost. 1-2 is hit hard but foul down the first baseline.
It sounds like they have a cabin with some mountain views.
Yes.
Maybe a little lake in their backyard.
A 1-2 count to the left-handed hitting left fielder. Here we go, the pitch. Just missed, 2-2. Vince, Paula, and Rudy have tuned in East Norman. John and Robin from Section 14, left field. I'm learning all the sections. Stays alive with a big swing. Save you the questions. Nicole Mendez has the answers. The green ribbons today.
Green ribbons. It is Mental Health Day for Oklahoma softball. Got to see Dolores Christensen from Pros throw out the first pitch. She works with the team on a regular basis.
Hard hit ball, leaping catch made by the second baseman Dickerson to retire the side. The Sooners go scoreless in the second. We headed to third. Oklahoma on top 3-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Along with Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. Sooners lead at 3-zip. I have a goal for us in game number 2, Mindy. Just between us and the diehards that are tuned in right now. We're getting on the big screen. We're going to use the QR code to get on the big screen to see if we can make it happen. Have you seen that?
I'm down for that.
Okay.
I think we should.
First pitch to Jordan Dickerson is in for a strike. Dickerson, a .229 hitter. She's the starting second baseman. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Sooners. A leadoff home run from Jada Coleman. Sooners a little quiet in the second inning. They still have a 3-run lead. 3 runs on 3 hits. They had originally ruled the Ella Parker hit an error and then changed it to a double this past half inning. The 0-1 pitch is low. What a gorgeous day. I mean, there is a part of me about every 5 minutes that is just embracing this, because based on what it looks like in Lubbock this weekend, oh boy, the 1-1. Couldn't stop her swing on a pitch that came up and in strike 2.
Tell you what, the only thing I wish differently about today, I have been muting myself because I can't stop sneezing. It's allergy season here in Norman.
1-2 is popped up behind home plate, off to the right side a bit, hits on top of the roof. I woke up last night, fell asleep early, because I was planning for this big day today. We have
doubleheader
day. We got a doubleheader. We got Bedlam baseball. And I woke.
Is it home?
It is home.
Oh.
It's right down the Mitchell. That's where we're going after this. We're going to go
So
sit in the
good.
outfield.
Sit on the berm.
Sit on the berm, baby. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kelly Maxwell is dealing here in Loves Field on a Tuesday afternoon. It's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Maxwell. Strikeouts brought to you by the good folks at Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest credit union. I woke up sneezing like crazy. So you're not alone. First pitch, swing and a miss to Ashley LaRue. Get the eyes watering. You're a trooper.
Thank goodness for a mute button. You guys would be hating to listen to me right now.
121 average for LaRue, and taking pitches like that, it's got to be challenging. 34th pitch of the game for Maxwell. She's
grooving.
She's working well right now. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Maxwell rocks, fires. Got it. Caught her looking. Froze her. 2 away.
I mean, back-to-back Ks. Kelly Maxwell, her stuff is moving today. That one was a curveball on that outside corner to the lefty. It just moved all the way across the plate.
It's unfair.
It is unfair. She just looks so confident.
First pitch strike to the left-handed hitting Kelsey Hill. Kitches are listening from their hotel room across from the T-Mobile Center. Thanks, Galen. Enjoy the game tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock. OU men against TCU. Here's the 0-1. Foul at the plate, strike 2. Kent's in Little Rock. I'm assuming that's what LR means. Little Rock.
I believe so.
Sooner Lisa from the desert to the mountains. Always listening to Sooner softball, no matter where she is. Sooner Lisa. Went from Arizona to Denver. Someday back to Norman. 0-2 fouled off. B.A. Fat Boy's listening on his back porch. Cool Mo J driving from Paul's Valley to Shawnee via Stratford. No peaches. Bobby McKay is in Pampa, Texas this week, synced up with ESPN Plus, and Lynn and Kathleen Dowdy in Norman. Here's the 0-2 pitch to the catcher, the center fielder, Kelsey Hill, has popped up. Left side, plenty of room for Brito, makes the catch, ends the inning. Kelly Maxwell, after a 2-out error in the first inning, is now retired 7 straight. Throw you a hot dog?
I would jump out of this open window.
I was ready to. Onto
an elderly fan for a hot dog.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
I would be graceful about it and, of course, apologize.
They were throwing him out of the outfield, so you and I were jumping around, and they were out in right center field. Here's Alyssa Brito. Her last time up, she walked and scored one of the 3 Sooner runs. First pitch swinging, absolutely destroyed, but fouled down the left field line.
There's a fan walking. He almost caught that barehanded.
He was just, chilling, walking in the concourse area, reached his hand out. Something cool I learned about the seats in right and left center field today when walking around. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, that caught the inside corner, 0-2. There is, where the bleacher area is, there's actually like AstroTurf. So your feet aren't on concrete.
Yeah.
It's like on AstroTurf out there. It's pretty cool. The 0-2, swing and a miss. First strikeout of a Sooner. 1 away, here's Sanders.
That off speed was deceptive, and I think you saw that first swing by Brito where she just ripped that one foul down the line. You get a little hungry as a hitter whenever you see that pitch. You want to swing again, and I think that was a good pitch to offset that swing.
First pitch low, ball 1 to Sid Sanders. Why do they have her 0 for 1? It was a sac fly. She is not registered as stat. I mean, obviously the sac fly drove in a run. Sooners scored 2 runs during her at bat. 1 in the first on a throwing error.
During her at bat.
But they ruled an error, so they didn't give her the RBI. She picked up her second RBI on the sac fly. So statistically, in the world of Chris Plank, she is 0 for 0 with an RBI. Me and the scoreboard and I are disagreeing on this one. 2 balls and no strikes here to the hottest hitting Sooner, period, and that's slow and in ball 3. I'd walk her, too.
I would, especially if you got a peek over there whenever Oklahoma came in. Coach Gasso.
Ooh, the 3-0 pitch is in for a strike, 3-1. She didn't seem happy, did she?
She seems like she was ready for them to score a lot more runs.
3 balls and a strike. Pitch, a little check swing foul. I'm acting like I know everything now about Love's Field because I've been given 1 tour of the team areas and downstairs, so now I'm giving everyone tours, Nicole. Well, let me show you what's going on.
That's where I caught you down there.
Yeah, I was giving Chad a tour.
I was going down there to steal a piece of gum from the dugout.
Here's the full count pitch. Waited on it, grounds it softly back to the circle, bobbled by Reamer, but Remeyer picks it up in time to throw to first for the second out of the inning.
Something that she has been doing really well to 2 of the hottest bats in the Oklahoma lineup is off-speed pitches. Remeyer has been working through the zone, yes, but she has started to incorporate that off-speed a little bit more frequently.
Here's TRA, 394 average now for TRA as the first pitch just misses low. Grounded out to short for the second out of the first inning. 1 ball, no strike count here. Just misses outside. Number 2 on the all-time career runs batted in list in Oklahoma Sooner softball history. And she is moving up the doubles list as well. And she hammers one deep to left center field. It'll take a hop and get to the wall. Jennings rounds first, slides in with a 2-out double. She has tied Lisa Carey now with 56 career doubles, which is second on the all-time career doubles list in Oklahoma Sooner softball history.
She is chasing.
One more, she'll be in second all by her lonesome. Here's Ella Parker. Last time up, Ella Parker doubled. Speaking of doubles. First pitch low, ball 1. 3-0 Sooners, though OU trying to avoid its second straight scoreless half inning. 1-0. Ooh, that's in for a strike, 1-1.
I was just reading through the list, and Jennings, she only needs one more hit now to tie Destiny Martinez for 7th on the all-time hit list.
Don't tell Destiny.
I'm looking through this window right here, watching her call the game on the broadcast.
1-1 misses outside. Three runs now on 4 hits for the Sooners. Parker grounds this one foul. That's right there. That pitch right there goes back to what you said about Riemeyer mixing speed, being efficient.
If you're somebody who's on deck, you're definitely noticing. You're noticing a trend. You're noticing the pattern. I would sit off speed later on in that count.
2-2 misses inside, full count. I agree, 100%.
It's a good battle by Parker, bringing it to full. Just push one here. Get one run across the board. You don't want to go 2 scoreless.
Just missed. On the 3-2 pitch, almost Ella Parker offered at it. And it's first and second now with 2 outs for Riley Boone.
Now batting the right fielder, number 0, Riley Boone.
Here's Riley Boone. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1.
Riemeyer, I mean, she's given up a couple of free bases, 3 so far this game.
Boone bounces one to first. Easy play for Jermaine. Takes it to the bag, ends the inning. Oklahoma strands 2 more. By my unofficial count, they have stranded 4 for the game. And as we head to the 4th, we head to the 4th. Oklahoma leads it 3-0. Thanks for making Sooner softball a part of your day. Along with Aubin Fippen, our producer. That's Nicole Mendez. I'm Chris Plank. Joe Bob's got us tuned in Lexington. Jennifer is in Las Vegas. Dodger playing in Fort Mojave. Ginny and Sandy from Boston, Massachusetts. Tina K in Edmond. Sooner Yaya, Northwest Oklahoma City. And Big Zilla out in Ada. Swing and a miss by Katie Wallace, the left fielder, for strike 1. 3-0 Sooners. Wallace a strikeout victim in the first. 3 total strikeouts. I don't know why I just wrote down that she struck out to start the 4th. That ball is bounced foul on the first base line.
Sid Sanders tried to sell that one.
I know, she did. She did. She got a smile on her face afterwards. Umpire wasn't buying it. No balls and 2 strikes. Caught her looking on the inside corner. Cold strike 3 it is. It's the 5th strikeout.
And just her 3rd and 4 batters.
Wow.
I mean, Kelly Maxwell has turned it up a notch ever since the 3rd.
So.
And she's picked right back up.
Strikeouts brought to you by Tinker Frederick Credit Union. Sorry about that. Katie Schaefer takes the first pitch low for ball 1.
I was just saying her stuff looks good. The way that her ball is moving, you're seeing 3 to 6 inches of break every single pitch. whether it's side to side, up and down. Don't even get me started on the off-speed.
Here's the 1-0. That's nasty. 57 miles an hour right on the inside corner for strike one. We got the radar gun back.
Woohoo! They heard us.
They heard us.
I said, you know what? We will give it back.
Here's the 1-1. Grounded foul down. Well, I say down the third baseline. That thing kind of looked like it hit off the foot of Schaefer, then popped down the third baseline. Joel's got us tuned in Rogersville. Chef is home from the Philippines, and he's here in Section 19. Enjoy the game. Becky, Cole, and more. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all appreciate it. The 1-2. Pop foul. Ooh, that actually hit. I
haven't seen that one yet.
That's fouled back out of play. It got just over the netting and hit just underneath the awning and came shooting down. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
Heads up on that ricochet.
That's unique. I don't think I've seen that before. In fact, I know I haven't. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maxwell, the lefty, rocks, fires in the dirt. Dan Lees and Hastings, Jim and M and St. Thomas, Papa Wheelie Scottis and Choctaw. Ron and Tracy Butler out in left center field. What's up, Ron and Tracy Butler in left center field? They've got the AstroTurf for their feet. Did I tell you about that?
You did. I'm staring out there in left center waiting for the wave.
The 2-2 pitch. Boy, just missed outside. Full count.
I'm still not seeing a wave, but
they might have tuned out.
They're there somewhere.
Jim and Jeanette are in Edmond, and Alan Moody, you ask a question, you're in. What can you tell us about Kinsey Hansen? Is she even in the stadium? Ooh, good question. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back to Maxwell. When I say fouled, it hit off the foot.
Seen a couple of those.
Kinsey Hansen is not feeling well.
Kinsey Hansen's probably knocked out cold right now.
Well,
just getting her rest.
Well, we heard from her.
We did.
She texted back as the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by her. That's the 6th strikeout for Kelly Maxwell. And there's 2 away. She said, I'll be 100% this Friday. Is there anything more reassuring than that? Yeah, she's a little under the weather today, and they made a decision that it is best for her to get healed up and ready for Big 12 play.
Yeah, you want to be at the top of your game. That one, that backdoor just skims the outside half of that pipe. Strike one. You want to be at the top of your game. You want to feel the best, especially during conference this early.
The 0-1. Hard hit right side, couple of hops to Torres. Gloves throws, gets her, inning over. She is absolutely working on a masterpiece here. That is the 10th straight batter. Sooner Softball's game sponsor today is Century Roofing, on guard for Oklahoma. Century, Sentry, CenturyRoofingOK.com. OG&E, we energize life. And as Riley Ludlam steps to the plate, we'd like to thank our OU community outreach partners, Fowler Auto Group, OU Health, OG&E, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. With Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. The first pitch is sky deep to left field, but not much more than a long fly out as Wallace camps under and makes the catch, and there is 1 away. So let's go back to your pregame keys. Have a clean game. So far, clean. Well, we talked about late break with Maxwell. We'll get to that when she's out there because that's been money. But you wanted everyone to have at least one really, really good at bat. So far, we're getting there.
We started hot. Yeah. We've tapered off the fast few innings.
First pitch to Torres, who's 1 for 1. It's a little bit low. Ball 1.
But the dugout, I hear them. They're louder. They're all crowded together. That's whenever whenever the dugout gets going, the bats get going.
It's a pitch a little bit out, 2-0.
And it makes sense. I mean, it's the 4th inning. Gone 2 scoreless. If you're Oklahoma, that doesn't sit right with you. That tells you we went through almost a full lineup without making a single adjustment.
Hard hit ball, foul down the third baseline. There is a lot of action in softball tonight. Kind of a
all day today.
Yeah, I mean, it started with LSU and Texas.
And 600 screaming elementary school kids.
So we do that for women's basketball.
And
here.
it is loud.
It is beyond loud. It's a sound I hear in my nightmares. The 2-1 is swung on and driven pretty deep to center field, but Hill is under it, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. I can sense the frustration in that third base coach's box right now. Here's Jada Coleman.
She's pretty still.
But let me get you some of these scores. You heard Nicole mention it. LSU beats Texas today 7-4. LSU stays undefeated as the first pitch to Jada is in for a strike. The only question about LSU, and we're going to learn about it quick, that's a big win today, is the kind of schedule that they've played. They haven't necessarily played the most challenging schedule. As the 0-1 pitch is in for a strike, Jada can't believe it. Though they did win at Kentucky, and that is a good win.
And
three games swept that series.
Being able to start off your conference at Kentucky and get the sweep, that is huge.
The 0-2 is way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jada on the night is 1 for 2. LSU, though, as I say that, and how it doesn't appear as if it's the most challenging schedule, they're still number 1 in the RPI. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that will only get better. Jada swings to stay alive and fouls it back. Oklahoma is currently 8th in the RPI.
Ask the umpire, would that have been a strike? And he just kind of, no.
I think it would have hit you, is what I think.
I think so, too.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Jada. Sooners looking to avoid another scoreless inning. She'll take ball 2. The current top 10 in the RPI is LSU, followed by Stanford, Texas, Georgia, and an 18-3 Virginia Tech team. Missouri, Oklahoma State. There's OU, Baylor, and Bama. Coleman barely stays alive, way out in front of that. And Texas loses today to LSU, who remains undefeated. We mentioned Texas Tech swept New Mexico today. Kansas is playing 2 against Wichita State. They won the first game 6-3. The second game is underway. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit ball fouled on the first base line. Baylor's playing 2 against Lamar. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 5-0 Baylor. And the University of Tulsa hosting Iowa State, who's coached by Tulsa's former coach, Jamie Pinkerton. TU leads that 1-1 zip. Coleman lasers one to left center field, but racing over is Hill, and it's a hard hit ball, but it's another scoreless inning for the Sooners. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Oklahoma leads it 3-0. Not probably what we expected by this point. Nicole Mendez, we head to the 5th. Oklahoma leads it 3-0. Kelly Maxwell has been amazing, but the Sooner bats have just been a step off today after a blazing start.
Yeah, and I just think it was the addition of the off speed that really threw them off. I think this has been a well-called game on Tarleton State's half. Making the adjustment, staying 1 step ahead of Oklahoma is not easy to do.
First pitch to Austin Germain is a little bit low, ball 1. Germain grounded out to third her last time up. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. They have officially credited them with 4 runners left on base. As the 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. But while we lament the offense right now, oh my, Kelly Maxwell's dealing.
I mean, late break on her balls has been just almost unhittable.
Well, I don't know where that 1-1 missed, but it wasn't by much. 2 balls and a strike.
And you can tell whenever a pitcher is feeling themselves The way they walk to the back of the circle, everything about their pace, their strut, the set of their shoulders. Kelly Maxwell's feeling good.
2-1 is grounded foul. The only base runner that Tarleton State has had was Katie Schaefer way back in the first. She reached on an error. Maxwell looking to pick up win number 7. She's 6-0 with a save. Here's the 2-2 pitch from the Sooner lefty headed home. Got her swing. Keep dealing, Kelly. Keep dealing. Strikeout number 7.
Kelly's had 3 innings where she's had at least 2 strikeouts. She is feeling herself. That ball, I think this is the hardest I've felt her consistently in a while as well.
11 straight retired. Grounder towards third. Nice job by Brito. Makes the snag, throws to the bag, 2 away.
Brito scoops up that one. That one was hit well into that 5-6 hole. Just her range. I think that's Brito's greatest gift over there at third base, is just what she's able to reach.
Anything to her left, she's got a pretty good chance of making that play. First pitch to Kaylin Hill is a little bit out, ball 1. They have on the official StatCast Garrett Knowles behind home plate, with Owens at first and Spittler over behind third now. Oh my, nasty change of speed. Swing and a miss, 1-2. That thing moved a mile.
I mean, not only do you slow down that pitch by 15 miles an hour, but it literally moved from one side of the plate to the other.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to short. Jennings off a hop, throws to first. Inning over. 13 straight retired by Kelly Maxwell. And as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, Oklahoma leads at 3-0. Cassidy Pickering will lead things off for the Sooners in the 5th. 5th innings this season brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of our restaurants. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. No runs. There is a 0 on that hit column, but an error for Tarleton State. Kelly Maxwell has sat down 13 in a row and has struck out 7 since that first inning walk. Pickering is 0 for 1, walked and scored a run in the first. And this is, at least up to this point, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning, about as good as we've seen a team come in here and play from a group of 5 conference, as the 1-0 is low. Or even, I should say, a mid-major conference. Because Alexa Riemeyer has been fantastic. 4 innings, scattering 4 hits, 3 runs. She's walked 3 and now is falling behind 3-0 here to Pickering. It'll be Pickering, Brito, and Sanders. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That's in for a strike, 3-1.
Coach Gasso is just coming over here, talking to the dugout, trying to get some people's attention, telling them, let's lock in, let's get a run across the board this inning. Doesn't matter what we have to do or how it happens, but I'm going to be calling out all the stops, and I think we're going to see a pinch runner because she wants to see all the stops. She wants to see the speed. She wants to see another run across the board.
She might want to see 5, so... We got time. Game 2 isn't until 6:30. Plenty of time. Though, after what we witnessed game times this weekend, some might look at this and consider this to be an eternity.
It was very uncharacteristic, I felt, of Oklahoma. Normally, their games are 2.5 hours minimum. We were getting it done right underneath the 2-hour mark.
I'm telling you, this action clock is really it's cut into it a
great.
lot. First pitch to Brito is a line drive towards the left center field gap. It's down, cut off before it gets to the wall. The pinch runner Core is going to get to third. Now Brito rounded almost all the way to second base. Where the throw in would have got her, so she turned around and was able to retreat to first base because nobody was there.
Nobody was there, and you could see Brito as she rounded first. There was a bit of a stutter step as she wasn't sure where to go.
Right.
But like you said, nobody covering first. Everybody was off the bag. She's able to scamper back.
Here's Sid Sanders. She made it work. First pitch to Sanders is a squeeze bunt. She missed it. They'll chase Core back to third. And off to second goes Brito. I say squeeze bunt. I don't know if she purposefully missed that or pulled back late.
I want to say yes because Hannah Core was about 8 or 9 steps. And whenever you're at third base, she was at least 4 or 5 steps in front of the third baseman.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Sanders. That caught the inside. Nope. Yep, there it is. Strike 2. Thought I heard him say strike. I know I heard him say strike.
Although, I will say, Schaefer didn't look like she was ready for the ball
on
that leadoff. I mean, that would have been an easy pickoff.
The 0-2 pitch. Sanders rips this one deep to right field. Oh, are you kidding me right now? Sydney Sanders, the hottest hitter in college softball, leaves the yard. A ball to right field from Sid. And Oklahoma has blown this game open. It is now 6-0 Sooners. Wow. What kind of streak is this for Sid Sanders right now?
I'm going to corner her after the game, and I'm just going to say, hey, what are you eating? What are you doing? Can I shadow you for a day? I just want to know. It's okay. You can tell me. I'll only share your secrets to everybody on the radio. Home
runs this year are brought to you by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. And for Sid Sanders, that is her 9th home run, RBI 21, 22, and 23, which is good for a second on the team. Here's Tiare. She's already doubled today. First pitch, a little bit in, ball 1. 6-0 Sooners. That's a little bit more like it. 1 ball and no strikes, the pitch. Way in, 2 balls and no strikes.
I mean, how good is Sid Sanders?
She's amazing right now. Here's the 2-0. That's it for a strike.
Easier said than done. I mean, that is what every athlete chases after, is being able to be in the zone, but also being able to be free, being able to be relaxed at that high elite level.
Ball 3 in the dirt. Sanders has now reached base in 11 of her last 14 plate appearances, has 6 extra base hits. She is 6 for her last 8 and has hit 5 home runs. There's ball 4 to Jennings. And here's Ella Parker. That is one area tonight, as we're going to have a circle visit. I keep saying tonight. It's now 6 o'clock almost.
I feel like it's close enough to tonight to where we can say, yeah.
The only concern for Remeyer so far, understanding you're playing one of the top offenses in college softball, and they're going to get theirs at some point. But her 5 walks got to be head-scratching. I mean, that's 11.
I was looking at her stats.
Essentially.
I was looking at her stats before the game started, and going into this game, in 42 innings of work, she had 32 walks. So that's almost a walk every single inning. Almost. That's a lot of walks. And whenever you give up free bases like that, all you need is one hit, and a team can score a couple runs. A bad throw, a team can score a couple runs.
First pitch to Parker is outside for ball 1. Maya Bland, the pinch runner, takes off for second, steals the bag easily. The throw went into center field, but Hill backed it up well. Pitch was called a strike. No balls and a strike to Ella Parker, who is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. Bland is at second. 6-0 Sooners. The 0-1. Ooh, she had a cut. Swung right through. It's strike 2. That's that change of speed, isn't it?
Yeah, and there it is. I mean, Remeyer, she's been doing such a good job just mixing those pitches around. But if you nibble too much, you get those free bases. So it's just finding that balance like you were talking about.
0-2, hard hit ball into left center field, up the alley to the wall. Bland scores easily. It's a run-scoring double by Ella Parker again. Stop me if you've heard us say that at all over the last 5 games. And it's now 7-0 Sooners, and there's the game-ending run standing at second base. Man.
And I will say this, I don't know if this is selfish, but I do think Oklahoma is at that level where I want to see them get this last run. There's no outs right now. I want to see them get this last run. I do want to see the run rule. But I'm looking at the scoreboard, and I see 3 scoreless innings. And talk about things to work on in a midweek. It's being consistent. It's being thorough.
First pitch to the pinch hitter, Quincy Lilio, is in for a strike. Lilio hit her first home run of the season, second career home run here on Sunday. I like what you're saying, though. Finish this game, but know there's areas to get better. The 0-1 is in the dirt.
The great thing about today is it's a doubleheader. You'll get the chance again.
The season numbers now for Ella Parker. 6 doubles. 22 runs batted in. Here's a ground ball foul down the first base line. I should mention on the shot by Parker, too, I didn't give credit to Trull, the shortstop, who nearly made an incredible diving play to keep that on the infield. The 1-2 is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the excitement of the freshman, plating the freshman, give credit there to Trull, who almost made a sensational play. Here's the 2-2 to Q. Popped up. Shallow right field. Could be a little trouble communication-wise, but the center fielder Hill takes over to make the catch. And that'll be the first out of the 5th. 7-0 Sooners. And this is Riley Ludlam's spot. Now, I did want to say, I love the questions, right? Stephen in Del City asked a question that I don't know if we have an answer to. So I'll ask you. Are you ready?
All right.
Kinsey Hansen isn't here. She's not feeling well today. She'll be back on Friday. Riley Ludlam is catching. Who's Riley Ludlam's backup?
I was thinking that earlier, and they don't have one. They don't have one.
You know, in years past, you had,
2 or 3.
Right.
Typically 3.
And in an emergency situation, Jocelyn Allo could have caught, right? She was a cop. If necessary, we could have thrown 78 back there. Last year was maybe the deepest catching roster we've ever had. But there's nobody. First pitch to Ludlam, good swing, fouls it back.
Although, in the past,
go ahead.
We're throwing it back to, 2013? Jessica Schultz, sick, didn't have a backup catcher. Coach said, all right, who wants to try out for catcher? And
the 0-1 pitch to Ludlam stays in the zone, strike 2.
That's how a non-catcher got to catch in the World Series. And Oklahoma won. Crazy. I wouldn't want to catch Kaylani Ricketts even if I was a catcher.
0-2 is low.
Ooh, good hold by Ludlam. That pitch from Rainmeyer, that has been fooling these Oklahoma hitters. For her to lay off that pitch, that was a good eye.
That is a really good question, Stephen. The 1-2 pitch is up high.
I'm looking.
So you're thinking who you would count on?
I don't know why.
Right.
But I'm thinking maybe they would go with Q.
I was thinking the same thing.
I kind of feel, I don't know, I feel it.
2-2 is outside, ball 3. Let's hope it's not an issue. But there was a year, 2016, when, Whitney Ellis decided that she was stepping away from softball, and Leah Wodak took over as catcher.
Okay, also.
The 3-2 pitch, ball 4.
Hear me out on this one.
Go ahead.
They put Torres behind the plate, and then they put Avery Hodge over at second.
Okay, I like that.
I could see that.
Second baseman, number 40, Alina.
Your freshman year, Wodak got hurt, and we used
Dalton.
Alyssa Dalton. Had never caught before.
No. She was an athlete, though.
She is an athlete. Here's Torres, low ball one. I saw her at the WPF draft a couple of years ago. She is, at least from my time around her, doing great.
She is now married, has a baby, still playing.
Still playing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little bit out, 2-0. I will always maintain there's about, with the portal now, it's a little bit more
fluid.
Thank you. Often. But, man, I wish we could have seen what 4 years of her at Norman might have looked like. She was something else. The 2-0. A little bit low and in. But I think it's worked out okay, athletically. I think it's worked out okay for both Oklahoma and Alyssa Dalton. I wouldn't have minded seeing, a couple more years of, as the 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. 2016, we had Jaden Chestnut that came in, and there was another pitcher.
Brittany Finney.
Brittany Finney, yes, went off to Ole Miss.
We played her at Ole Miss the next year.
A long game. Here's the 3-1. It's in for a strike. That was about a 4-hour softball game.
That was at
in
Houston.
I'm going to go look back
I think
on that.
somebody had the in-the-park home run off of a bunt overthrow.
Torres looking to end this game. The 3-2 back up the middle into center field. Patty Gasso will send home Ella Parker. The throw is not in time. Walking off Alina Torres. Oklahoma wins game one in run rule fashion by a final score of 8-0 as Alina Torres gets the game-ending hit. And a Sooner offense that stagnated for the second, third, and fourth inning comes to life in the bottom of the fifth inning and gives Kelly Maxwell a 5-inning no-hitter. The Bud Light postgame show is next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.